Brandon Miller is supposedly going second overall, which is pretty shocking. Allegedly, Brandon Miller has further solidified himself as probable choice for Hornets at number 2. That instead of taking the potential, they rather go over fit, is the alleged report coming from Adrian Wojnarowski. Charlotte Hornets fans, NBA fans, I want to hear your thoughts down below. Where do you think he'll get drafted? Brandon Miller, second or third overall? Let me hear your thoughts. Let's get right into it. Brandon Miller has long been expected to be the probable choice for the Charlotte Hornets at number 2, and that appears to be crystallizing as the draft quickly approaches. Quote, Adrian Wojnarowski is told that Alabama's Brandon Miller further solidified his standing as Charlotte's choice at number 2 with a workout and meetings he's had in Charlotte this past Monday. This is the first time that Michael Jordan, the outgoing majority owner in Charlotte, had a chance to watch Miller in person, to sit down and meet with him, end quote, said Adrian Wojnarowski on SportsCenter. Miller and Henderson were each flown to Charlotte to meet with the franchise. Wojnarowski was told Miller was better the second time around in that environment that he had been the first time, added Wojnarowski. The positional clarity that comes from drafting Miller appears to be a factor, as there would be some level of overlap at the point guard position with Henderson and LaMelo. Brandon Miller continues to be the focus of the Hornets at number 2, end quote, said Wojnarowski, which I don't agree with. I know that there's overlap and there's concern about the fit, but my thought process is you have a chance to get a guy who's being compared to MVP candidates. In contrast, you have a guy who's being compared to Paul George, Danny Granger, and Rudy Gay and Brandon Miller. Would you rather give, if you didn't even know their names, if I told you, who would you rather draft? But you already have your franchise point guard. A guard who has the potential to be as good as Derrick Rose or Russell Westbrook or John Morant? Or do you take the guy that has the chance to be between Danny Granger, Rudy Gay, and Paul George? Taking the guy who was being compared to MVPs, right? That's my thought process. I understand the fit, that's something you'd want to figure out. But when I look at this, I think, hey, maybe it's in their best interest. Just get the best player available, and that's still where I'm thinking. I'm still going to take a scoot. You just don't pass up on that. Generational talent.